Are you able to see my screen, which I'm sharing the Microsoft
Yes,
portal
yes, yeah,
security?
yeah.
Yep,
I,
good. Thanks, Nashima. Thanks again for your time, and it was a good session. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're based on. My name is Santosh. My session is about, let me bring my screen with the, hope you're able to see my screen, right, with the PPT. Yep,
yeah, we are able to see your screen, the Microsoft Defender.
yep, all good. Thank you. Hi everyone, hope you're having some good time with a lot of sessions has been planned for the by the organizers, Microsoft Purview and Defender Days 2026. Um, Good to be here again. This is my second year with the organizers and the session here. Yeah, let's kickstart with my session. My session is about Microsoft Defender for Cloud, which is getting integrated with Defender for Portal. I'm Santosh. I mentioned earlier. I'm based out in Australia, Melbourne. My background is cloud and infrastructure, into security as well. I think this is my third year into Azure MEP. I'm holding dual MEP this time with Azure Cloud and the networking category. Basically from Chennai, from India. Currently living in Melbourne, calling my hometown for last 14 years now. Other than the technical side, I'm a big fan of cricket. Yeah, hope you guys are enjoying some cricket, which is happening on tomorrow, the finals, the World Cup. Let's go. Let's get into my session today. So as I said, my session will focus about the challenges what we're facing with Microsoft security side, not Microsoft security sides, and how do we address with the solution of Microsoft Defender for Cloud, and what it is brings with integration of Defender for the portal capabilities, and have some demo for you to have a look and some key takeaways and some resources which you can start your learnings with this. Okay, this slide gives you the challenges which is being presented to the customer actually. As we all in Gen AI era now, all the organizations and customers are just accelerating their Gen AI investments to have some kind of a Gen AI to be as part of their organizations, somewhere in application, some services which is getting rephrased or getting into reintroduced or getting a new investments into that area. With that, cloud has been much popular than Gen AI now, and many organizations and users have been trying to use at least, I would say, two cloud in their organizations or in the way, and that brings you have to have some multiple different tools on security side, some sprawling of security tools has been required. At least this report, which is comes out from Microsoft paper, which provides minimum of 10 tools has been used across organizations in average actually. So, and it just provides increasing of multi-cloud adoption, and cloud incidence has been increased with this. So with these challenges, how does it be addressing this as part of our solution with the Defender for Cloud? The other security challenges across is you have to maintain the visibility across your inventory. It can be an application, it can be an infra, it can be on endpoint devices. You have to have a single dashboard where you can just monitor across your landscape within the organization. The visibility that takes care of the first one as one or more cloud provider that leads to missed vulnerability, or if you missed an incident, something that is one of the key challenges. The second thing is the data exposure. Since we have multi-cloud on-prem, we are expanding our landscape across different different cloud providers. The attack path and the attack exposure has been getting vast. The more complicated and the more sensitive data can be exposed to the internet or to the attackers. The third one is building. The attack surface has been expanded as expanding with Gen AI with multi-cloud. The building the new apps has been very faster nowadays. Actually, it's then comparing to the older days. And the last one is security silos. Like organizations don't have that development or kind of a single unified area where you can just bring everything into one portal or one single dashboard, which provides you the unified view of your security, where you stand in, what is the areas we have to fix in, what you have to adapt it. So these are the security challenges which has been speaking out across the market and the organizations in the landscape. And the other key part is only 13% of vulnerabilities are remediated by the security team on the average. This is just based on the Microsoft Defense report, which came out 2025. With all we spoken about, what is the winning area, what is that we needed as part of this to have everything, what challenges and security tools we have it, how do we unified view of this IT landscape can bring and benefit to the organization. So first thing is help and prevent the cyber attacks and built in natively integrated security controls and bring all the tools entire. It can be cloud, it can be on-prem, bring everything into a coverage of one single dashboard. Second thing is you need to have some kind of proactive way to have track these vulnerabilities. It can be start from developers or it can be in infrastructure from an endpoint or the devices. You have to have a track back it all. The third one is and detect and response to the cloud and AI threats in near real time, because as mentioned earlier, the NAI has been getting popular and popular. All the application has been started using of that. And the last thing is you need to have fewer integrated tools to have the fast threat remediation, and it should be an unified tool to provide the unified visibility across your multi-cloud and hybrid environment. With that, we've spoken. What brings us is Microsoft Defender for Cloud. Microsoft Defender for Cloud, you have been familiar with this because it has been earlier, it has been Azure Security Center and it has been renamed with a new name. It's Defender for Cloud. It's been led for last 3 or 4 years now, and it has a lot of Defender for Cloud and other options, services have been enabled. What it brings us is it brings the CNAPP. It's a cloud native application protection platform, which provides you the security across your cloud native solutions, plus your on-prem or hybrid solutions, as well as the other cloud providers like Google or AWS. You can use it as well. And in addition to this, it can provide you vulnerabilities against your code, starting from the code where it's been deployed as well. So it just gives you the unified solution from start to the end, actually. And with this, it has been designed to seamlessly integrate with the DevOps pipelines that provides at every stage of development, you can able to see and remediate your vulnerabilities. With this visibility, as mentioned earlier, multi-cloud is supported with the different of a cloud. With this full visibility, you'll have the entire infrastructure from it can be on-prem, it can be Azure, it can be AWS or GCP. It just brings you that overall and provides an response and to provide a threat analysis across your inventory of assets. So this gives you quick and confident way with the different of a cloud, protecting your applications against emerging threats with the Gen AI, with everything, with all vulnerabilities happening across. Next thing is the biggest thing is Defender for Cloud is a comprehensive security management tool which provides a single dashboard. So it just helps us organizations to have much more in average of incidents to be resolved as quicker. And it emphasizes the role in enhancing the security across your hybrid and multi-cloud and the necessity of the integrated solution. What we spoke in the couple of slides earlier, right? It just takes out the complexity of multi-cloud environment, and it just provides you the challenges for the organizations to have it a single unified dashboard which gives you a value for the integration and explains the integrated solutions can be easy to be adapted across your different landscape. It can be Azure, it can be AWS, it can be on-prem. So this brings you centralized and real-time protection and insights data for security, which will be highly helpful for the security team. So we spoke about the challenges. We spoke about Microsoft Defender for Cloud. Now, what is it's been changed recently is Microsoft Defender for Cloud has been getting integrated with the Defender for Portal. Earlier, people had two different portal. Now it can be a single portal. And what is that brings up is the Gen AI powered Defender for Cloud with Dells. So the Gen AI powered Defender for Cloud enhances the capability of a security analyst for an person who's been trying to provide an advanced tools with the insights and help the team to identify the vulnerabilities. And it can be any threat across from your code from to the end of infrastructure and cloud application and services. And it provides an improved threat detection by leveraging Gen AI capabilities to analyze the vast amount of data. It can detect anomalies, potential threat, and more accurately and quickly. And it gives you faster time to respond back. It can be proactive and provides and accelerates the incident response by automating the detection analysis as well as the threat remediation part of your application and the landscape within the infrastructure. And it also provides an option to have an automating your task, like you can have some policies to detect something is not enabled, and you can have something to be deployed as part of that, and that helps to team to have an end-to-end solution across your landscape. It can be for dev or it can be a non-prod and prod. You just keep that unified, your policies and controls across your solution. With this, what does that CNAP or the Microsoft Defender of a Cloud is brings you is the first thing is a cloud security posture management, which will be helpful for identifying and rectifying the misconfiguration, ensuring the compliances you want to follow as part of your regulation standards. You want to do it ASD or IRAP assessment, whatever you want. You just follow that across your landscape. It can be starting from any asset inventories. It can be across the cloud as well. It can be AWS, it can be GCP or Azure or on-prem. You can have the cloud posture management, which helps you to identify and rectify the misconfigurations. Second thing is the cloud workload protection. As I said, the Microsoft Defender for Cloud has vast number of services it can comes up, like Defender for servers, Defender for storage, and SQL. So it just provides you a vast information to have enable and safeguard your cloud workloads against the threats, which is can be storage, containers, web apps, API. It just provides a solution across your cloud services as well. And the third thing is identity access management. It just provides a secure access to cloud services, ensuring that only verified and authorized user has that access to the security portal and informations. And the last two are application and data security, which plays a pivotal role on CNAP by protecting the sensitive information through by encryption or tokenization, and data loss prevention can be achieved as well as part of this. So it just provides you a big features across it, and it just gives you the centralized dashboard. The Defender for Cloud provides centralized dashboard to have a single view. Okay, so we just spoke about a lot of things in the last couple of slides. I just want to give an analogy, which I just love to do this way to people to interact with what it mean, what we spoke about. Let's take a library as an example. How that can be integrated, how this can be compared for a Defender for Cloud. So imagine your company as a cloud, your company's cloud is a big library, and think of your company's cloud environment as a large library, and books can be your data, and your visitors can be your employees, and the large building platforms like cloud and everything is your building access. How do you want to secure this entire library? So the Microsoft Defender for Cloud is the smart library security system, which helps you to check, make sure the library setup has been for functioning and performing as required, and want to keep that greater security. So every day, the library security system has to check on restricted access to the people, like you want to have minimal access to some people and you want to have some higher privileged access, and you want to restrict some access to the books and other informations, some archivals you want to minimize it. In the Cloud Defender, it checks if servers are securely configured, is there any misconfiguration or any encryption is not enabled. You get all this information different of a cloud. It's similar to library. You just make sure the books has the restricted access and want to fix that. So this way, it just provides you an option to have this as a single secure solution across your platform. That's just an analogy. Just want to throw it out to see how that works with the end user, just before we dive into the more detailed version of what we are going to see. So now we spoke about Microsoft Defender for Cloud, which comes as part of Azure portal. That's perfectly fine. There is a security portal which is used for the other defenders, like Defender for endpoints and other Defender solutions. Now, what Microsoft has done is currently Microsoft Defender for Cloud can be, it has been integrated with your Defender for portal. So there is no two different portal for security team. It's just one Defender for portal for security team, where they can just go and have their entire visibility across the security information, which is required for the entire organization. So that way, Microsoft has just taken out the two different portal and it's out. As saying that, Microsoft has not taken out the Azure portal Defender for Cloud. It still exists. It's just an integration has been enabled so that you don't need to have two different visual dashboards to monitor your security and posture capabilities across your organization. So it just helps you to have that simplified and easier version for the security team. So bringing all these security teams depend into one place requires a single operational hub, so that nothing to be go across different things, which I earlier said that the 89% of organizations operate across multiple clouds using average of 10 security tools, which is required to monitor across different environment and landscape. So this just helps out that way to take out that options. To help the security teams move faster and act with the clarity, this portal integration has been announced as part of Azure and Microsoft. It's currently in public preview. That doesn't mean that you can't use it. It has features at this stage. You can use it and go and explore, which gets your security team to be kickstarted with this. And what does it brings is it just brings you the cloud security dashboard, which is a new dashboard that unifies your posture management, threat protection, giving security teams a complete view of the landscape across the assets that have been part of their cloud. It can be the other clouds as well, as if you have GCP or AWS which is connected, then everything can be unified with the one single dashboard. The second thing is the posture capabilities. The security teams can now just view the vulnerabilities and attack path and secure scores across your IT landscape of the asset inventories. And the last one is the centralized asset inventory that consolidates resources from on-prem and other cloud platform, including the Azure. So it just gives you the three different information to you actually. And the other thing is, once you have this enabled and integrated, you can have an airbag, which will help you to have access based on a specific cloud. Say, for example, if you have three clouds like Azure and GCP and AWS, you want to limit the scope of access for a specific user or the team, which they want to focus only on specific cloud. Yes, there is an option for you to do that scope limitation with the list of inventories you want to do it, or with the limited subscription as well. I'm not putting in a bigger picture. Say, for example, you have AWS, GCP, and Azure. You have a team where they look at only AWS. You can just give them access only to that specific AWS scope of accounts or subscription you want to use it. So that way you can just narrow down to the granular level of the access and controls. Yeah. So Microsoft Defender just gives you a unified cloud security, like it's a proactive security where it just gets the cloud secure posture management. It just gets all the real-time threat detection with the CSPM. It helps to mitigate the risk with the different workloads across your cloud security, from code security, from infrastructure security, and secrets, all those compliances required as part of your regulation standards. In addition to that, it just provides you a runtime protection as well. When I say runtime protection, it's like it's a security for the containers, for the API, for the server security. It just gets all those configuration details and just make sure it has been secure enough as required as part of your alignment towards the regulations and text standard. The other important thing is to expand this MDC, that Microsoft Defender for Cloud, and expanded Defender portal to provide unified security experience across the cloud, and even you can have the code environments like a GitHub can be bring it into one single dashboard. This change has been designed to have some new cloud and security posture management experience, which just provides you an end-to-end view, and it's provided deeper integration with other Microsoft security services like Defender for Endpoint. All those can be just used to one single portal. And it just gives an opportunity for the security teams to work with the streamlined workflows so that they can just use a single dashboard and gets everything has been integrated. And this is the main reason, as I mentioned earlier, it's just been currently a single and unified security dashboard for the security team within the organization. Just to remind, it's currently in public preview. It will be soon for GA. Once it's have it, you can just go and explore everything. So, and again, I'm repeating, Microsoft is not depreciating the Defender for Cloud in Azure portal. This is an additional feature where you can want to explore it and keep a single unified dashboard. Okay, what we spoke on last slides, right? It just brings the integration into different of a portal. What it helps you is it just combines various different tools into one portal. So different of our endpoints and different of identity, everything is comes into one portal where the different portal can be used. MDC is also getting integrated to that, so that you just have a single cloud overview dashboard, and you can just get centralized to both posture management and threat detection, vulnerabilities, security personas. You can just control your access as well. It just enhances the protection so that you just have one single dashboard to do it actually. And the next thing is like inventory. It just gives you the cloud asset inventory, a complete overview of comprehensive view of your cloud. It can be on the AWS, GCP, Azure, on on-prem, hybrid, everything. It just comes in. So that way, the security team who is monitoring, like a SOC analyst or someone who's monitoring, can have an early and easy access and resource-specific views, and just can monitor on their misconfiguration or any compliances data to be monitored. That will be very easy for them. It just provides unified cloud security posture capabilities, and that helps it with a single pane of glass where they can just get all the attack paths for the internet exposure, vulnerabilities across your asset inventory. That will be a holistic view of their posture to end, including devices, identities, your apps and data, and your workloads, everything in the cloud and hybrid as well. And the last one is like I want to highlight again is the granularity of access management. The security teams can now provide a targeted resource access to a security content. Like you can create a scope, as I mentioned earlier, you can just control that like using a new cloud scopes, which has been introduced as part of Defender portal, which can get you access only to a kind of a logic group where you want to control only AWS accounts or GCPU accounts by business unit or region, whatever you want to do, you can just get an option to do that with the cloud scope. That way you are just restricting the granular level access management for a specific team within the SOC or within your organization. That way you can just have the control of your the team with access to it. What are the features it brings us is like the first thing it brings is the cloud security operations, which has the features of cloud overview dashboard. I'll probably in a couple of minutes after the slides is done, I'll show you a real demo where you can just see these things. Your security control center, kind of it's Azure Security Center in the older way, just gives you showing all key metrics, the top improvements you wanted, vulnerabilities, trend and analysis, everything comes in there. And second thing is a cloud asset inventory, a complete visibility of your IT landscape. It can be in other clouds and hybrid environment. And the second part is a posture management, which identifies and prioritizes security improvements. It provides you the cloud secure score, which is works in a
Yeah,
risk-based
Santosh, I think
algorithm.
you are not share the presentation slide. It's still on the Defender the portal.
Oh, 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 oh God, sorry. 1 second. Let me. Okay, let me. No, I think the sharing is stopped, is it? Or it is working?
Yeah, you can share your entire desktop. That will be fine. You can switch between the tabs.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, I'm seeing the slides. Thank you.
Now the different workload. Okay. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize that something happened. Yep. Anyway, I'll probably share the slides after this, and you can just probably post it out as well as Narsima. Okay. So the different of our cloud features, which I was speaking about, is posture management, recommendation. It just prioritize the actionable security improvements required with the guidance, and it just provides you detailed information what action has to be taken for a specific workload, and what are the things you have to do it for with a one-click. You can call it as a one-click recommendation, but not exactly. It just gives you the step-by-step information, and it just gives you the visual representation of the attack paths, how the attack can happen on your specific workload, what are the other resources is being combined with that specific workload which is being exposed to on internet. It just gives you the detailed view of it. And the third one is threat detection response, which detects and provides the security events and tells us, it just collects all the security events and tells a story of what's happening across your infrastructure within a specific workload and just gets you the detail. And you can have some automated workbooks or manual actions to contain and remediate the threats in the real time actually. And the last one is the configuration and control, where it just provides the resources by business or a region you want to granular level control that can be feasible as well. The complete feature set is available across both Azure portal as well as the Defender portal. It just currently it can be used in two things. When I say the Defender portal, it is nothing but security.microsoft.com. Yep. Next thing is we just want to give you some capabilities, what it can brings you for an organization and a security team. As the first point is extend the security into software development lifecycle, which gets you the different of a cloud helps security teams to protect application resources starting from the development phase, and where you can just integrate with Azure DevOps or GitHub or GitLab. DevOps security recommendations can be integrated with your cloud security insights and provides remediation as well. And the key thing is it just gives you the unified visibility against across your desktop DevOps security posture. The administrator can have full visibility into DevOps inventory, like security team have full inventory on what the deployment is currently happening, and security posture of the pre-production starting from the dev, and the application code can be across a multiple pipeline and multi-cloud environments. That way it just gives you an full vulnerability scan and gets all the remediation has to be done as part of your code from the starting point. And it just helps you to strengthen the security team on their configurations throughout the deployment lifecycle, like starting from development QA to the prod. It just has the same the configurations required and just getting the production environment much more secure than what it has been earlier. Um, This slide gives you an attack path analysis. I just want to quickly focus on here for a couple of minutes to be here. Like once your VM has been which has been exposed towards internet, the attack path dashboard gives you the security team to continuously monitor and prioritize risk by assessing the entry point for your VMs or service which has been exposed to internet, and how that can be used for a algorithm in which backend it's called context aware engine. It's an algorithm which is used in different of a cloud to identify the most exploitables can be happened as part of the a part of which has been currently happening across the globe, allowing the teams to cut through that risk and focus on the immediate threat. Say, for example, if you look at this, VMs is currently here, and VMs has some remote code exposed vulnerabilities been currently it's been not been patched up, and it's been exposed to internet. What happens is that someone can just attack path is graph based used. Algorithm scans the cloud security graph and scans and expose the exploitable paths here. By default, the attack paths are organized by the risk level. The risk level is determined by the context-aware risk algorithm, which I said earlier. This diagram shows an attack path analysis starting from the internet. You can just look at here. From the internet, it just goes to an remote code vulnerability which has been on the VM. An attacker gains a shell access or access to the VM. Then it can establish a persistence like a scheduled task and services. Everything is being can have access to the VMs. And the credential access, the compromised VM becomes a source for the credential. And once it has that weaker airbag or something has been enabled on the VM, that provides a broader access level and gets you into the lateral movement across the VMs with the entire landscape behind that cloud landscape. The flat network, if the VM has been on the flat network, then it just exposes everything which has been on the compromised VM to a storage account, to containers, or whatever is part of this diagram. You can see like the storage, secret, data security, everything is exposed. So this attack path, it just provides you one view on the VMs or the resource which has been exposed to an internet. How does an attack can happen? So this gives you that the internet exposure and exploitability option where you can just want to focus more, and how do you want to fix that remediation before something can happen. This is just to explain similar one. The internet-based exposed entry point, a public accessible is a service routes traffic to an ingress in AKS, and the container level risk or the running the container image allows the vulnerability to be code execution can be attacked, and it can be just get insight into the pod level. The cluster, once the container and the attacker gains an execution context within the Kubernetes workload, the compromised pod is configured to authenticate against a managed identity or something that can provide an access to an additional information to have an identity-based privilege escalation as well. So this is just a view on how this Microsoft different of a cloud, which helps you to get this access onto the attack path surfaces across your landscape. What are the I'm just This slide gives you some additional information which is currently coming up as part of different of our cloud, which will be enabled as part of currently in public preview. It will be soon in GA. I just want to throw you some ideas here, like the GitHub Advanced Security. That's the first thing which has been on the slide here. The integration with the different of a cloud connects your secure code and repositories into the cloud workloads. This integration automatically maps the code changes. It can be production, it can be multi-pipeline environment, and it provides unified security visibility from the starting from the code for the the development lifecycle. And second thing is Defender CLI. Which is a developer first command line CLI tool, which has been used for orchestrating the security scan for the CI/CD pipelines and on a developer terminals. And it uploads the results back to different of a cloud to run a posture management, code to run context prioritization, and just gets all the tracking. And this helps and easy to use a command line option for the developers to get an idea and guidance on how to fix that vulnerabilities as part of their pipelines. The next one is the runtime context and agentic remediation, which is like DevOps from code to cloud, which has been announced in the last Ignite in 2025, and is currently in public preview. This security feature helps to connect your GitHub Advanced Security with the different of our cloud. And the last one is the cloud security posture management for the serverless protections in AWS and Azure. This is really one of my favorite out of this, what I'm putting in the slide, because this gives you the Defender for Cloud to have some protection enabled for the serverless resources like APIs, web apps, and Azure functions, and Amazon AWS, Lambda, and all those things. This extends the capability to next level with the serverless resources to have this Defender has been across for every resources as comes as part of Defender, and which get you across your Azure and AWS as well. So this way it helps the workload, not only the VMs, it can be focused on serverless resources as well. Okay, I'll have some quick demo to show you what I want to spoke about today. Let me bring my screen. Uh, Let me try to show you in live, but still I have some recorded one. Just want to confirm you're able to see my Defender portal, right?
Yeah,
Good,
yes,
good, all good.
yes.
Thank you. Yeah. So this is the Defender portal, which is security.microsoft.com. The other difference is by default, if you go to your Azure portal, where you can able to see your Defender for Cloud as well as the older screen, which has been currently been used across the organizations. Where if you just click on Defender for Cloud, this is what we currently see it at the moment, where it just gets all your subscription resources information here. Similar to that, you can able to get the similar setup here in the Defender portal. If you see this is cloud security on the left hand side of the window. You see the cloud security. That's a dashboard which is being used for Defender for Cloud for all the cloud workloads earlier. So if you click on overview, it just get you the security posture, okay, your subscriptions, your resources, your workloads. It just gets all those informations here. To just before that, how do we enable this? The first time you have to enable this so that it can be accessed regularly here. You have to go to System and click on the security settings. Then there is an option for you to enable this preview feature under Microsoft Defender for XDR. And there is a preview feature option here where it just helps you to just enable it first time. Once this has been enabled, you have to just make sure Defender for Cloud has been enabled, then it just uses that actually. Once that's been done, you can able to see this cloud security posture management here, and it just gives you the overall information about how many subscriptions we have, what is the threat, because this is my demo tenant. I don't have any so much threat detection here, but it just gives you my security coverage, how many resources we have it, and what is being covered as part of Defender for Cloud. If it doesn't have any resources not being covered, you can able to use it like here. Like you can just do a Defender coverage here. You can just do a filter. If something is not covered or partially covered, you can just help you to get an access here. In my subscription, I have not enabled my Defender for identity, so that's why it's just showing here as identity part has been not enabled in my Entra, the user account application identity. If I remove this filter, then it will just be across whatever it is. It just gets every information here. So you can just go here like VMs. It just gets you the workload specific resources as well, and containers and AI API and DevOps and other informations like this. I'll go back here and I'll show you. This is my cloud secure preview. So it just shows how my resources has been used and what is my cloud secure score for past data as well. If you see, I'll be in 75, 76, it's just going down somewhere the last month, then I'm just coming back to the normal to 75 something. So you can just see this information to help you to have more information about how this been works. And again, similar here in the security recommendation, you might see these are the medium vulnerabilities has been recommended to have something to be fixed as part of my subscription, which is in Azure. And it just gives you some more information like how many critical and my high security recommendation has to be fixed. If you come down, it just shows me an alerts. As of now, I don't have any alerts here. It just gives you some information about detailed information about the cloud inventory assets. You see how many virtual machines I have, how many AKS clusters or VM clusters I have, and what are my critical risk recommendations. What are the findings you want to be a part of risk level? Similar to the workloads, there can be data storage and the log storage like Azure Log Analytics Workspace and containers information. It just gives you the detailed information about each of the workloads as part of your tenant across the tenant. It's just not subscription based, it is across your tenant. And I said DevOps is another other inventory you can get it. This gives you the entire assets here. It's back. It goes back to the same portal where I showed you earlier. The other thing I want to show you is this environment side. So here, currently on the cloud environment, I have only Azure here. But if I have multiple clouds like AWS and GCP, then I have an option here to show you that I can just do a filter only specific to that cloud scope. I can able to access or I can able to see the resources. And the other option in here is scope. Currently, you see here like cloud scopes. Currently, I have Azure here. Another one is device groups is non-cloud based one. So what this helps you to create a scope specific for an user or team where they want to manage only a specific set of resources as part of their responsibilities. If someone want to manage only the device groups where they want to do only endpoint stuff, they can just create a scope for specific to that. And if someone want to manage only a specific cloud like Azure or within a specific Azure, you want to just give access only to a specific dedicated subscription or something, you can just narrow down that granular level access management as well as part of this. Um, Yep, I think this is what I had for you guys. Other thing I want to show you is like the attack path is part of your exposure management one. It just gives you the attack surface here, which gives you the attack path, which I showed you in the slides. Like if it's some workload is being exposed to internet, and it just gets you some information about what are the things has to be done, and your vulnerability management will be here, which gives you the entire vulnerabilities informations and the inventories to be fixed as part of your entire tenant. And you have an option here like one is devices, which is non-cloud related. If you click on the cloud, it just gets all the cloud related assets and what are the vulnerabilities has to be fixed as part of this. Yep, I think that's with my demo. I'll quickly go back to my slides. I think I have a couple of more, maybe. If not, I would have done by the time. Yep, I have one more slide to show you. Key takeaways is I think I'm done with my session, guys. Key takeaways just you have to make sure your organization has been deployed of one or more cloud services. It just gets reiterate the benefits of different of a cloud so that can give you a single unified dashboard posture management. And everyone is trying to get investments in AI. Just keep your cloud security is being posture is unified in the way. All good. That's it with me. Um, some additional resources just to someone want to start where you want to find this information, you can just look at here. And the last is if someone has any questions or anything, you can just connect me in the LinkedIn. I'm happy to have a chat and take it from there.
Yeah, if you have any questions, guys, please